Arvind. Happy birthday, bud. I guess this is like a montage, so maybe you won't see my cute little intro, but you'll have it if you ever watch these in their entirety. Um, Thanks so much for Regina for doing this. Now I don't have to get you a present of my own, which is great. So I guess I should answer these questions. Number one, when did you first meet Arvind, and what was your first impression? When I first met Arvind, my first impression was that he was Indian, which was fine, um, but a little not surprising. I mean, I knew you were gonna be something weird because I saw your name, but I wasn't. I'd never seen an Indian person before, or at least I hadn't met one. Um, I kind of knew what Kumi was gonna look like because I had seen black people on TV, but you were more of a mystery. So it was good to get that out in the open. You know, we got past it, which is good, and started making some memories, which brings me to the next question: what is your favorite Arvin memory? I knew this was going to be a question, and like gave it some thought. I really don't have one individual best Arvin memory. Um, Although one that did come to mind, I don't know if this can be like the best one, but I don't even remember what you were doing. You were doing some like experiment when we were living in Swing Space, and Regina didn't want you to be doing it. Like it was something that could be dangerous. You were like probably like mixing stuff together or something with fire, and you you told Regina that you she had to let you do it because you were a scientist as well, and she wasn't the one that just had like a monopoly on scientific experiments. And I've always gotten a really big kick out of you saying that. And yeah, thinking about it makes me pretty happy. So let's go with that as my best Arvind memory. Awesome. Question two done. Um, what word would you use to describe Arvind? Hmm. We already talked about the Indian thing, so I won't do that. I don't know. One word, maybe vivacious. That's weird. I don't like that. I don't know. You're a lively guy. You're full of life and energy, and always wanting to do things and get the most out of life and the day. And yeah, yeah. I mean, you're not very vivacious. You weren't very vivacious when you were falling asleep in class all the time. But other than that, I'd say you're a pretty vivacious guy. So without more time to prepare, I'm gonna go with vivacious. Good. If Arvin were an insert word from below, which one would he be? Insert. Oh. If Arvin were a color, which one would he be? Brown. No, you are a color. You're brown. But let's go with no. We'll go with brown. If you were a season, you would be summer. I think probably. It's the brightest season. Although every season where I live now is very bright. You should move here. I highly recommend it. Um, if you were a fruit, you would be a banana. Definitely, no hesitation. Um, which brings me to the next word. If you were an animal, you would be a monkey. Obviously, you're just too good at that monkey impression that you sometimes do, and goes with the banana thing. You'd definitely be a monkey. If you were a superhero, you would be Spider-Man, definitely. Unless there's a new superhero named Monkey Man, but barring that, we will go with Spider-Man. Um, Arvin calls in the middle of the night asking for a favor. What's the favor? I would say it's something to do with him being really drunk, but since you are totally incoherent when you get too drunk, and like have fallen asleep in locked bathrooms before. I don't know how you're calling me. Maybe a friend of Arvin's is calling on his behalf in the middle of the night, telling me to come get him. Other than that, Arvin doesn't need favors in the middle of the night. He's sleeping. Arvin's just been elected president of the United States. What's his first policy? What's his campaign slogan? I think after Obama, we're going to go back to white people for a while, if that's okay with everybody. But hypothetically speaking, very hypothetically speaking, if you've been elected president of the United States, your first policy, I don't know, something funny. Because I don't even know what your serious policy would be. I don't know. I'm going to skip that one. Your campaign, and also your campaign slogan thing. I have no idea. Regina, this question sucks. Arvin's best quality. This question's good. Good job, Regina. Much better. I think Arvin's best quality, and like all the things that are coming to mind are really cliche, and I just have to pick the most accurate cliche about Arvin. Arvin's best quality. I think his best quality is how much he cares about his friends. And, this goes beyond like being, nice on a daily basis. That's not even really accurate. He's kind of an asshole on a daily basis. But like, no, I'm kidding, Arvin, obviously. But like, he just like, you can tell talking to him how much he just like wants us all to be happy, and just has nothing but all of our best interests at heart all the time, and wants us all to just be out there having a great time together, enjoying ourselves, and when we're not together, just off doing other stuff that makes us happy. And I think that he's more genuine in that feeling than most people I've met in my life, and I think it's absolutely fantastic. Which brings us to the next question. What was the kindest thing Arvin's done for you? Oh, really? I should have read these before because I need to think about these. Wow. Because I don't know if I can come up with an individual occasion of kindness just on the spot, or pick one. He's just so consistently kind when he's not like beating me in video games or basketball or something that. I don't know, but I don't know if I can have an individual moment like that. Kind of, you know what? I'm gonna like pause this and think about it. Actually, I'm gonna pause this and go have some beer, but also I'll be thinking about it, and we'll resume this when I get back from the beer. Bye.